Today is appetizer day. I'm going to show you how to make chili con queso in the crock pot. Chili con queso is a cheese dip with ground beef, taco flavorings, tomatoes. It's only 5 ingredients, and you can just cook it all on your countertop in your crock pot or slow cooker. Well, we're right in the midst of football season with college, so who are you rooting for? Also, perfect for the holidays coming up. Y'all ready? Well, let's go ahead. We're going to start off by browning up some ground beef. In a large skillet over medium-high heat, we're going to brown up 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm going to start breaking it up. Now, you can also change this from 2 pounds of ground beef. You can add 1 pound of ground beef and do 1 pound of sausage, like a Jimmy Dean sausage or a mild sausage if you want to do that, just for some flavor. We're going to keep it regular ground beef today. This is one of my favorite appetizers at a Mexican restaurant. You better believe I'll be getting some chili con queso and then eating the heck out of the chips that come at your table with the salsa. Yeah, I always order it. We're going to chop up a yellow onion. Take off both ends. Peel off that outer layer. I'm going to cut it in half. And make slices. Very thin. Alright, we're just going to run our knife through it and make small dices. Add this to the ground beef. Cook this down until the ground beef is no longer pink and the onions are softened down. Hey, y'all let me know down in the comments what are your favorite appetizers for football season or the holidays. Because you know, I might pick one that I have never done before and make it on my show, and then I'll shout you out. So give me some ideas, you guys. I have a whole slew of appetizers that I've done for you throughout the years. I will link it down below in a playlist if you want to scroll through and get some ideas from there for your holidays and game day. Okay, I've changed utensils to a wooden spatula. That way we can go ahead and start mixing in some taco flavoring, taco seasoning. Now, I like to use my homemade blend. If y'all want to find that, it's on catherinesplates.com. and just type in taco seasoning. I'm going to add in about, a lot of this because it's got 2 pounds of ground beef in there. Now 3 tablespoons of my homemade blend equals 1 packet that you can get from your store. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I need to fill it up. All right, we're going to stir this up and combine it. Now, when the ground beef was browned, you could go ahead at that time and drain out any excess grease that you may have had. This was a very lean meat, so I didn't have to drain it. With the 2 pounds of ground beef, you can do a total of 2 packets of taco seasoning if you want. I find that could be a little too spicy because we got other things going in that has some spice to it, so I kind of tone it down a little bit. Let's turn off the heat. We're going to place this in our crock pot. It smells good. Now I'm using a 6-quart crock pot. We're going to be adding 2 cans of Rotel tomatoes. Now Rotel tomatoes are diced tomatoes and green chilies, and this is a mild variety. We're going to go ahead now and open up the cans, and we're going to toss it into the meat mixture. If you don't have Rotel tomatoes, you can also use diced tomatoes and keep this very mild. And you can also add like a 4-ounce can of green chilies to your diced tomatoes if you want to add some extra heat. So we got 20 ounces of Rotel tomatoes going in. We're going to be using 16 ounces of a Velveeta cheese, and this is in block form. So we're going to cut this into cube shapes. I'm going to slice it into 3s, and then another 3. And we'll leave it like that. Now this was a 32-ounce block, and I had used 16 ounces of this block when I made my cheeseburger soup. And I just made that a few days ago, and y'all saw that as a video. If you haven't seen it, you can go back to my channel, Catherine's Plates, and watch it. It's one of the recent videos. And that soup was so good. Let me tell you, it made leftovers, but it didn't last very long at all. The next day, that soup was gone. It was so delicious. We're going to go ahead now and add that to our crock pot. If you want to cut this recipe in half, you can do that. That's totally fine. We're going to go ahead now and place the cheese in the crock pot. We're going to place a lid on. We're going to cook this on high for 2 to 3 hours, or we can cook it on low for 3 to 4 hours. You want to make sure that cheese is nice and melted. That way we can get a good mix on it. Look how delicious that looks. Just take a spoon. We're going to mix this all together. And that cheese has melted. Oh, it smells delicious. What do y'all think? I'm going to put this in a serving bowl, grab some chips, give this a try for you. That is delicious. It's very mild, so if you want to add more heat to it. That's delicious. All right, what are you celebrating with some appetizers? All right, this is my platter. I don't know what they're doing, but I'll be sharing that one. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. That way you'll always know when shows like this one here are posted. I will see y'all on my next episode.